And the orange leading might become used by Paul and his brother both had
And missed.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Oh, I think he didn't miss.
No, like
Mike was. And he had 2 300s.
yeah, he was 17 then.
And how many were they taking?
They went from around the 40 to around the 60, around the 60.
Wait, they had a cut to 40 or it was only 40?
40 was the first one. Yeah, so now it's the cut to step ladder. Yeah, both made it to around the 40. Mike missed it to around the 65.
Can you mute your computer? Wait, you're muted, right?
You're unmuted.
That's fine.
How high is too high for scores at a PBA event? We'll talk about that and more. Stay with us. It kind of helped them advance. I mean, do you think this was a conspiracy?
Gotta go Jacob Butter. Gotta go
No,
lefty.
we're talking about the players. That's tournament champion to the podcast.
There he is, right there.
Oh, he doesn't even know how to watch. Go to youtube.com and search Down Lane Podcast. What's up, bowlers? Welcome to Down Lane Podcast. We are streaming live from the lab at Town and Country Lanes. I'm your host, Kyle Haines, and with me is the new assistant to the host. I don't know anymore because this guy never shows up. But Jake's here in Austin's seat.
Hello,
Jake,
everybody.
welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Kyle. Pleasure to be here. Anthony, thanks for having me on.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell to get alerts from the channel. Email us at downlanepod@gmail.com. And you can always check out on Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot. And you can also download and listen via your favorite podcast service if you can't watch us live. Hope everybody's having a good time tonight. What's up, JD Josh 76? Welcome to the show. Tonight we're going to be talking about the ridiculously high scores at the PBA event. We're also going to throw in some information about, or not information, but how the scoring is going at Open Championships, and even some local tournaments around our area. The score is just going to be high. Why is that? We'll find out. All right, I don't know, maybe we'll find out. We'll discuss it. Sure.
We'll try to figure something out.
So before we get to that, Jake, how was your week? How was your first broadcast on Down Lane Podcast?
It was terrifying. Millions of people watching. Well, it's pretty good though. Thanks for having me on. Kind of the spur of the moment. We're all here at trios and oh hi. And no, we're just practicing. What we're doing? Oh, we're at trios. And was here so that you wouldn't be here because you were making good fathers.
Yeah.
And why not?
Jake is talking.
Oh, really? I couldn't hear him.
No,
Congratulations, by the way, Jake, along with his other teammates, who I can't think of right now, are the champions of the Fireman's Tournament, top hole in Troy, New York.
That's why I'm here. I only won something, so that's my reason I
We
got
came
on.
in second at the trios because I bowled bad.
Yep. Could have had a 3 years. I didn't want that anyways. So,
I only got to 40. I struggled. I tried my best for the team. I left the stone 9 in the 9th and then 2 wrap 7s in the 10th. That's all I can do is put my team put me in the position to strike and take the win. And sometimes you're the horse, sometimes you're the rider, and sometimes you're underneath the horse. And I was underneath the horse that day.
You let your team down, is what
Why
you're
do
saying.
we have helmets on?
We don't have helmets on. We have headphones so that I can monitor the audio. That's how it works. Welcome to the show after 6 years.
Sometimes.
So tell us about the trios or the fireman's tournament, Jake.
Tell us about that.
How did it go?
it was a good time. It was me, Heather, Jason, Josh, and Ricky.
But no last names, just first names. Yeah, we know them
okay,
all.
fine. Sorry. It was myself, Heather Marley, Jason Ring, Josh LaFontaine. I believe I said that a little fancy. I don't know. Love you, Josh. And Ricky
Is he
Ward.
French?
French fry, at least.
They say he's got different last names depending on what he's doing.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard.
Heard on the word. All right. But yeah,
Josh,
it was a
if you're
good time.
watching.
We're just there to have a good time. And then after the first game, we knew the lead was like 34, maybe 33 something. After one, we had like 12-10 with handicaps. We're like, oh, damn. We actually did kind of decent. So we just kind of kept bowling, kept drinking. It was a good time.
Oh, you kept bowling? Is that what happened?
Yeah. We had to do the other 2 games, apparently. News to me. I wish it was a 1-game tournament like every other tournament. That'd be nice,
Yeah. So tell us about trios this past week.
Enlighten us,
USBC
Anthony.
trios.
We played Wednesday night at 9:15 p.m. R.I.P. Tom Catino.
Oh, that's
Did you guys
right.
miss that?
We did. We didn't say it yet. Good point. Good call.
Sorry. He ran brackets that night. Nice
Oh,
guy.
really?
Yeah, he was here. We were hanging out with him.
Jeez.
You were in
Yeah.
brackets
So
like all
Tom
squads.
Catino, the one of the USBC board members. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, board. Yeah, he is a board member.
Junior coach here at Town and Country. Plus, he's got a obviously big long career of bowling, amongst other things in his life. But he did pass away at the young age of 70 something, 77.
I think it was 77.
But yeah, he was a super good dude. And helped out the Albany USBC Association
and the TMBA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was also a board member there too.
Okay, I did not know.
And
that.
he helped the Albany Jim Burton's tournament with Jeff Siegel. He helped them run tournaments as well as bowled when he was able to. He had a little bit of like a vertigo thing, so he would sometimes feel uneasy. So he didn't bowl all the time. But yeah, and then he would bowl so often on Mondays and Wednesdays here. Yeah, nice guy.
Yes, so sad to see him go. Rest in peace, Tom
R.I.P.
Catino.
Anyways, what are we doing now? What are we talking about?
So we were
Albany
talking about
Trios?
Albany Trios.
Yeah, we bowled Wednesday night. Let me set the scene up real quick. League got done. We oiled the lanes. Jake, Cuzzy, and I, Jake Bissonette, Cuzzy, and myself
Cuzzy.
went to go play bowling. Now, we're bowling on Main Street.
Why weren't you bowling in the bowling alley? That's a weird place to bowl.
Yeah. So we're bowling on Main Street V2.
Dad
oil
jokes for
pattern.
days.
Oil pattern. Main Street V2. Picture yourself.
There was
lanes
oil on that
on-
pattern, Anthony. Sorry.
They were super duper extra wet dry.
Superman, they were flying.
Super duper. And my ball hit inside of like 8, it never hooked. And if it hit outside of 8, it hooked a mile. So
He's pretty deep. I like that.
I started with the concept, just to, test out the waters. 3-inch pin.
Did it immediately roll to the 10 pin?
No, it didn't hook.
It's crazy.
It was my weaker one, so it rolls a little bit smoother, so I get a
Always
little bit
lefty.
closer to the edge. Jake and I started with the concept. They weren't the greatest. They looked okay in practice, and then
Yeah, I just couldn't find the line that
Yeah,
time moving in and just sailed.
it was
on, man.
wishy-washy.
Yeah.
It was a little wishy-washy.
Just gone forever.
So Jake threw a Gremlin Tour X in the end of practice and said, man, that thing rolls really good. He goes, yeah, I drilled it last night. I said, that is probably the ball to move off of when your concept isn't great. So Matt Calzone writes, Jake, longtime fan. Can I have your autograph? Maybe be president of your fan club.
2 things, Matt. 1, well, I guess 3 things. 1, thanks, Matt. Longtime fan yourself. 2, it's a small fan club. You can be every board member. And 3, I don't know how to read or write. So sorry about that.
So we ended up bowling. Jake, I said, Jake, I think you got to get out of that ball. He agreed because we were chatting about it. We were talking about the lanes. And Cuzzy, I had the quote of the night. I said, where are you standing? He goes, I didn't move. And me and Jake were like, dude, you were like 10 left of where you were on the last one. He goes, my right foot is on the inside of the outside dot, and my left foot is on the inside of the outside dot. And we looked at each other, and I said, I think I just got stupider trying to listen to him. Meanwhile, he's throwing his oil-soaked level.
Yeah.
And absolutely mashing. I think he shot 790 scratch.
Never missed that kid.
Never missed. It was unbelievable.
I think he just stands in the same spot. He just like drifts like a 15 board difference.
Left.
I
He
think
drifts
that's it, yeah.
15 left. And so Jake ball changes after game one. I think he shoots 187. Good ball change. I went 250 or 247 going from concept to bionic. Next game, I think I shot a 210 in there. Jake came back with a 250.
Yeah,
Or did I shoot
240.
180 the second game?
No, it was the last game.
The last game I shot 180. The middle game I shot like I think 2 something. Cuz he just is ripping.
Yeah, he was
Rolling him over.
250 on
He
everything.
ripping. Tommy.
He's got to like him to hook, though, right? I mean, if what I
He
understand
likes-
is they were hooking, and he must like the lanes to hook.
His
I mean,
ball is so dead.
I guess
there's
left
so much
side,
oil.
It's irrelevant, but
There's so much oil on his
it
ball.
acts like a urethane ball.
Urethane. Plastic. It goes longer than his plastic ball does.
He should have bowled the Masters with that thing. It was
Holy
impressive.
Jesus, he would have bombed him at the Masters. But anyways, so Tommy's kind of carrying him down a little bit. I got a good look with Bionic. I'm not really throwing it great. Jake and Cuzzy are keeping us close. You know, we should have a real good game. And then the last game, I'm like, man, if we have a good game here, we got a chance. Well, I started off with some strikes. I think I had 2 or 3 in a row to start, but then it just, the wheels fell off. Jake and Cuzzy,
You got to tighten those lug nuts, man.
Where?
On the wheels.
Yeah, no, I think
tighty,
Tommy's
righty,
ball
lefty.
tightened him up a little bit because he was throwing that oil-soaked ball. He never wipes his ball
Yeah,
off.
but he played the same perfect line all game.
You should get him
all
some
night.
dude
He
wipes.
was-
all over the place. But it was okay because he's striking.
Yeah. he
Jake was striking. I look up and we're in like the 8th frame. And I'm like, all right, we're close. I said, I'm not bowling great, but I know we got a chance. If we shoot 800, we win this. And we have a chance for 800 scratch with
Wow.
me shooting like 210. That's how high we
And
are.
between Jake and Cuzzy, you guys have some handicap, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're bowling. I get in the 9th frame and Jake strikes. I'm like, all right, I just need a good shot here. So I get up there and, obviously you got to think, you're on Main Street V2. It's not overly difficult. I do have some area to hit the head pin.
It's not over. It's a house shot.
I think it might
Throw
be
it to
10
the gutter.
1.
It will hook.
It's very, very wet dry.
I felt like Monday's at Hilltop. It was nice.
So it was very wet dry. So we get there and I'm like, well, I just got to throw a good shot here, get it to the left, don't miss in, and let the ball do its thing. So I throw what I thought was a fantastic shot, and I stoned a 9. I believe I stoned a 9, or was it an 8?
Might have been 9.
I think it was a
I
9.
think it was 9.
I think I stoned a 9 in the 9th. So I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I mean, I really threw that one good. I think it was for a double at the time too. So I know we're getting down to it. Yeah, we're getting down to it. Cuz he strikes out.
Do you know that you're close to the lead at this point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we did the math. at
Tommy
the
has no
start-
idea.
No, at
I mean,
the
that
st-
makes sense.
Yeah, at the start, Ann was like, we all need 700 scratch to pretty much do it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, 180 was a
And
great
when
start.
Tommy shoots like 780 and Jake shoots 750, all I've got to do is shoot my measly 660, 680, which I didn't get. So we get into the 10th frame. Tommy goes double, like 6 count, because he's clueless. And he was right in the slot all night long. As soon as he came out of the slot, Tommy, you got to get yourself a beer. You guys stay in the slot.
Yeah, 275 he had. That was
Oh,
impressive.
you're sobering up, is what you're saying.
No, we had to keep him right in the slot.
Yeah, but he was sobering up. So if he's
He needed another beer to keep him where he
get
was.
him into the slot.
Jake is just, I don't know. Jake moved left, opened his angles super duper wide. He could throw it to the gutter. He could throw it at 15. And I think he
Good
shot
thing I didn't
290.
miss that
What did you
much.
shoot? 298 the last game?
7.
297.
Yeah.
Cuz he has 275.
Yeah.
And then there's me 187. I wrapped a 7. If I got all 3, we would have won because we lost by 10.
The only thing I can
Yeah.
think is
I wrapped 2 7s.
something
was it.
has to be wrong with you because the lanes don't change.
They do if Cuzzy's bowling, to be fair.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, 2 lefties on the
Unless
track.
you're Cuzzy, then it doesn't change. I don't
know. I don't think I necessarily bowled that bad. I just didn't strike at the end.
No, I feel like the whole night you had to be really high in the pocket
Yeah.
to get good.
I
carry.
9 spared that whole game. So, I mean, sometimes you're the horse,
Should've got a
sometimes you're the
couple of
rider.
strikes. What'd you have going into that game?
What do you mean?
450, 460?
I had
Uh,
460.
Yeah, 450 or 60.
Yeah,
Yeah.
460.
So you just needed to shoot a 200 game.
Yeah, and I stoned a 9 and then went wrap 7, wrap
Blame
7.
the 9 pin.
Well, I wrapped a 7 in the 10th too, which if I got that strike and then we would have won.
I mean, I
'Cause I
would
would've thrown the next one.
It's all your fault.
You could do the Fazone thing and throw it worse.
Yeah, well,
This
actually,
league, throw it worse.
I threw it better actually, and I didn't strike, which is okay. I thought second place was good because everybody was happy. Cuzzy had no idea what was going on.
No, he still doesn't know.
Yeah, he has no idea. We literally picked him up. He goes, "Is there going to be food?" I said, "Yes." Zach, I threw it good. Sometimes when you leave a 9 pin,
Hey.
that's probably a true tap.
If anyone knows how to throw it better, it's that man himself, Zach Phillips. Thank you, Zach.
I mean, it is what it is. Life's going to go on. I
the
didn't.
advice, Zach.
I don't think I got mad. I was pretty okay with it. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean,
Because he was mad when he thought there wasn't gonna be food for a second.
yeah, he got really upset.
Which I didn't think there was. Then Charles was like, "Oh yeah, there's somebody." I'm like, "Oh, I thought we were
Yeah,
joking."
because he ran down there, we had to say, "Hey, don't go too late."
I consider myself to be a pretty good eater.
Oh.
And
You get put to shame with Cuzzy.
and when Tommy shows up to a family event or any event with food for that matter,
They have to tell
he'll
him.
tell you I'm on him. I'm like, Tommy, sit back down. It's not your turn yet. Everybody gets one or two before you go. Thanks, Nick. I don't know who you're talking to. Probably Jake and Anthony. But
This is
that's
weird.
it.
Are you
Yeah.
making out with Matt? Because you guys said like the same thing. Long-time fan.
Nick says
fan.
big fan of you two
a
fellas.
carpet
Best
dust
in the
thing, you know?
business for sure.
Weird. Yeah, they do a great job installing carpet.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, so what else are we gonna talk about?
Well, we can go right into it. Did
into
you
what?
ever think, or would you ever believe that you're watching a PBA event, and if you average 240, you maybe or are out of the cut, averaging 240?
Are you asking a question? Or is
I'm
it
asking you,
rhetorical?
would you ever believe
Is this
that in a
rhetorical?
PBA event
Mm-hmm.
you could average 240 and miss the cut? The first cut.
Yeah, probably. Cheetah.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Chameleon
Cheetah maybe,
last year.
but,
It's still pretty insane.
Yeah, I think you're trying to make yourself like sound really good here because we have answers for you, and you didn't think we'd have answers, but we did our homework.
well, I just don't-
Okay. I'm not talking about me.
Yeah,
Well,
you.
I'm just saying, did you ever believe that this would be something that you would see on the PBA level?
Yeah, Chameleon.
Um,
Yes, Nick. Yes, Fazone said he didn't want to do it. He looked at the
you
work.
didn't talk to the boss, apparently. So basically, a
Natasha?
little backstory, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Lucia's in the comments.
He's a nice guy.
He owns a flooring business.
Butterball champ.
He's good friends of the show here. He's good friends of the bowling center.
We like.
And Anthony had some flooring done in his house.
Yeah.
And he went to Home Depot.
Well, I
He
mean,
got it installed by Home Depot contractors.
Feel the tension
Sorry.
through the monitor. I don't want to be here anymore.
Nick,
Yeah,
Nick is hurt. He's hurt for life,
know.
dude.
I know.
Come deep.
I try to really help him out and make him feel better and give him hugs and stuff. You know,
Hugs aren't going to do it. Business is going to do it.
Well, I have business for him.
All right, good. maybe something needs to get done in the bowling alley. He needs some new flooring somewhere.
We do need some stuff done.
Anyway, so back
Sorry,
to the,
Dad.
back,
We
to
need
the,
some stuff done.
back to the PBA event.
Hopefully, he's got money in his wallet.
Nick or your dad?
My dad.
Oh, I'm sure he'll find something. So back to the PBA event.
This is
Go ahead.
Dragon technically, isn't it? Whatever they put out, it's the new Dragon. With
No, this is the checkerboard, isn't it?
No, this is Dragon.
with the
Or
two
is the
slips
checkerboard
down
next
the 10.
week?
No, it's Checkerboard Dragon.
Really? Oh, they redid Dragon to make it the checkerboard.
Yes.
Interesting. So yes,
Imagine.
it's Dragon.
Okay. Well, I looked at first. I'm like, it's not
Are you
what I'm
sure it's
used to.
Dragon? Did you look that
I
up?
thought they had the checkerboard. But I thought Dragon was like the one last year where it was in the middle, and then like by the 10 board on both sides, it's pretty low volume.
I
Yes,
don't really
there's
know.
the checkers all over, but
Yeah.
yes, this right up 10 on each side
I thought they were two
for a
different
few
patterns, my bad.
boards is
Wasn't good at doing
is
homework.
basically nothing, more or less.
Bold strategy.
But I feel like people may have thought that pattern would be difficult, but it's playing obviously very high scoring.
Really, you
Just
think
ask
so?
Francois.
Francois had what, 8?
He averaged what,
Or no,
280 that 6-game
yeah,
block? Jeez.
Yeah, 840 or 850 or something.
That's it? I thought he had like
is it higher than
890.
that?
I thought he had 893 and like
Oh.
345 or something.
Okay,
It was
yeah, yeah,
crazy.
890, an average to average 280 for the block.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, insane.
Trash.
What are the guys using this week? I heard Packy was saying that he thought sanded polish was gonna, or not sanded polish, but like big balls, high,
Yeah, 898. Thank you, Zach.
big surface, but
So,
polished was gonna be good. I don't. Is that working or what? What are they? What are those guys using?
Francois
Out there?
Lavoie threw a monsoon.
yeah.
I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you.
It's like a mid-range ball.
It's like, it's the
it's like
new
a hustle.
Typhoon.
It's like a wrecker.
Yeah. Okay. And what's the volume on that pattern?
37.8.
Is it? No, it's not. Are you
No, I
making
didn't-
that up?
yeah, I didn't- I just wanted to see what you
Such a
say.
jerk.
I do believe it's 32.4.
Oh, this is the Pilgrim's PBA Ohio Classic. You idiot.
Was Illinois last year? Or last week? Sorry.
Sorry,
it was
I'm just
Illinois.
yelling at Jake because he told me it was the Illinois Classic. 'cause
Oh,
I
No,
forgot.
this is the Ohio Pilgrims.
Pilgrim.
Thank you, Ant.
Pilgrims.
I don't know. Really is,
Do you think that the Blarney Rock is where they're
The what?
Plymouth Rock?
That's in Mass.
Blarney Stone is in Ireland.
I'm thinking about Plymouth.
We're in the wrong state and country. for both, to be fair.
Well, the Pilgrims. Plymouth.
Yeah, but that's in Massachusetts.
Well,
Anyway,
The scores are high. And
That
so
one
what
I'm
are you
certain of.
saying? So here's what I'm going to say, Kyle. You know what? These guys are so incredibly talented that I think that maybe.
You think that it has to do with their ability level and not the lane conditions and the lane surfaces and all that stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to say that I believe that these players are so good at this point with given the environment they're in that, yeah, the 240 average is at this rate is almost normal.
I mean, there was a fella there that I don't know how signups worked for this one, but there was a fella there with a 188 average. Don't know his name.
PBA must need money because isn't there a $200 minute or
there's
200
a 200 average rule?
Yeah, not anymore.
And apparently Brad didn't even get in.
I thought that was just to get your card, though. I thought you can pay. You just pay double if you're not a PBA card holder. But to get your card, you need a 200 average.
I feel like
I believe you need I believe you need a 200 average to even compete.
Oh, I thought just for the card.
Well,
At least it used to be. Yeah, exactly.
I was wrong about the title. What do I know?
Yeah, you're right, Jake.
I'm
You
still
thought it
in
was
Illinois.
the Ohio Open. It's the Pilgrims.
So yeah, 47 feet, 26 mils.
26 mils.
Oh,
Yep.
it's 32.
That's why
we're
they're
all
using-
pretty accurate tonight. This is good.
That's why they're using
Monsoon.
plastic or whatever else.
They're not using
I've seen a
plastic.
couple
I'm just saying
I've seen a couple
it's not
concepts,
super
though.
for them. It's not high volume.
26 isn't really that high in general.
Yeah, but especially for them.
Yeah, you said for them. I'm saying as in general, 26 is fairly moderate. It's not.
Yeah,
too
but
high.
I mean, I would say a lot of house shots are probably around that.
I wouldn't
that
use
volume,
at
correct?
this point in time. Yeah, ours is not, but yes, I would think that the other ones are. Yes,
Right. But
I think ours
a
is
lot of the PBA
25.
patterns are 30 plus mils.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it and you say, how high can you go?
I don't know
It's
whatever the
economy.
limitations of the machines are. You know better than anybody in this room.
Yeah, I did the math yesterday.
And what is that?
I don't know.
Big math guy.
I don't want to say my numbers. I don't want to give away my secrets.
What the maximum of the machine is?
Well, for the first 30 feet, I think I approximately did the math.
How is this your secret? It's whatever the machine can do.
Sure.
I'm very. Are you even?
I'm just
comprehending
watching.
This?
I'm
very
just watching. Don't mind
confused.
me.
Why this is some secret
Secret.
about what the machine can manage.
Well, I mean, I don't really know
The
the,
machine
true number.
has settings,
Mhm.
and there must be a certain amount of
I did
volume
the-
that the machine
I
can
did
put
the
out in
inches
so much
per
time.
second. I think I did the inches per second and I guesstimated.
Okay,
I don't know if I'm right though, so that's why I don't want to say it.
this is a you problem, not a secret.
No, it's a secret because I did it.
Can it be 50 mils?
Can you get 50 mils in the lane at 10 inches per second?
That's the slowest the machine will go, right?
Yeah, 10 inches per second.
Yep.
So I think you could get
You'd
there.
have to have like crazy buffer speed, right,
No, buffer speed is irrelevant.
to get the oil onto the lane.
Yeah, it's completely irrelevant because it
But he
doesn't
hasn't
matter.
pumped the oil out. It
The
just
oil
spreads
has
it.
to pump it out.
I understand that, but if you have super slow buffer speed, it's not going to get the oil to the lane as fast.
If you change the buffer on the Kazi setting,
Mhm.
it does not change volume.
I guess I guess what I'm saying is like, it's
The
not.
oil seeps through the brush and eventually gets applied.
I guess yeah. On the way back, it could still be applying that same amount of oil, whatever it has been absorbed into the brush. That's a good point
It doesn't really absorb into the brush too much.
because it's.
So like if I go from like the next day, if I go to that machine and clean the brush the day after, like if I put my hand is all covered in oil. Now,
of course.
now obviously it's probably, older oil gets stickier, so it's not like true oil. Like if you freshly oil a lane because it's been sitting overnight. So typically I find it's a little bit stickier if you put on the lane. Plus it accidents there's no oil because of that, because the dust gets in there and stuff like that. Because obviously it's a machine, whatever. But yeah, I would assume that if you did, I think I did 30 feet. I think I guesstimated 30 feet with a load every time you could actually run it, which is 10 inches per second. I think it came out to be, my dad will probably know if you tell him because he can do the math. I think it was like 37 milliliters.
That's the max you could get.
If you did 2 to 2
Is
all
that
the way
going
across.
forward and back?
No, that's just going forward 30 feet.
Oh, so
If
so
I
one
did it right.
pass,
can't you double that up?
like on the back.
Like, can't you go backwards and do the same thing?
Maybe I'm wrong. See, that's because it seems like a lot.
That would be like 70 mils.
Well, if you do
yeah.
inches per second, it's doing less than a foot a second. So if you did 30 feet, it's going to take, I did the math yesterday. If you can do one load per 10 inches. And so you could do, I think it was like 37 loads technically. And if you did it straight across the lane at 2-2, because that's where your volume comes from.
Right. You got to get it all the way across the lane. You stop it short, you're going to have less volume.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I think it was around there, but I don't really know. I don't really do the math that well because I'm not a math guy.
Not a math magician.
Call Fizz
It was, I think Tyler looked it up on AI after, and that was right around that number.
Interesting.
But the machine can only handle so much. So if you're trying to create shape on the pattern, you're not going to really get a lot of volume from shaping the pattern up. The flatter it is, the more you're going to get
Well, that's a good
on the
point.
lane.
So, like, yeah, these guys, like, you can't just have. I mean, you can.
Well, if you're
USBC has
Tetrising-
done it.
If you're Tetrising too, you're not really adding
Impossible.
loads.
Yeah.
You're not really adding volume because you're adding a small area of oil.
Right.
And it makes it break loose.
The area around 10, like Jake was saying, is almost bare.
Yeah.
So you're creating, and that I would have to guess this is why the scores are so high based on this pattern alone, not just talking about lane surface or topography or whatever. Having that stripe down 10 where you have about 3 or 4 boards roughly of next to dry area, they're basically just hitting that as a bumper.
Yeah.
Right. Like you get it over that and the ball is going to be gone, but you just bounce it off that. And these guys have basically I don't want to call it a house shot, but they're treating it, it's scoring like a house shot for those guys because they got that stripe.
Yeah, I think that it basically takes, I think it's about 5 out of play almost because they keep putting the oil there.
Yeah.
Which then makes you play, the lane actually becomes 5 boards shorter.
Right. Yes, exactly.
So you just move left and play it like a house shot.
Right.
In a way, I guess. I mean, obviously we haven't bowled on it and I don't really plan on bowling on it, but I still think it's pretty gimmicky.
Well, I mean, of course it's gimmicky. It's got blotches of oil and all
think
of
that's
these
gimmicky, Kyle?
locations.
So now you think that's gimmicky, Kyle?
It's clearly not
Unbelievable.
requiring them to have any skill. Not any skill. What I'm saying is it's not displaying their skill. They're able to just...
You don't need peak shot making for this.
That's what I'm trying to say.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Do you think the Masters was peak shot making conditions?
This year? No. This year it scored pretty high for the Masters, I thought.
And they had to throw plastic.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So no, this is what I'm getting at is that it's not just this tournament. It's Open Championships this year too.
You think they look easy?
I'm still, like I said today, I'm still going to go shoot my obligatory 600 during one block, and then hope for the best for the rest of the week or rest of the 2 days. But we've already seen a few 300s out there. The lead is 3,400 already, so 34 something.
What if it's just a good team?
Entirely possible, but there are a lot of good teams that show up from May to June. Like a lot, and the scores really start to the lead changes really start to happen.
Do you study this
May
really
and June.
closely?
I just get the alerts because I follow the Open Championships on the Facebook and on the Instagram, and they always post about it, so it's always showing up.
Yeah, I won't look at it for a month.
That's fine. I'm just letting you know that like this time last year was not 3,400. In fact, I think 3,400 was to win last year.
Well, I will say that last year's team pattern was whack.
But the last year's team pattern was the same as usual. It was the doubles and singles pattern that had the huge speed bump.
Yeah, you're right. It was the same as usual. I shot 490.
The build was the same as usual. Whether or not you have to also remember being on those brand new lanes on a brand new construction. You know this. We've talked about this a million times.
Mm-hmm.
The topography is, even the report was insane.
So do you think
the maps?
You really think that makes a difference, Kyle?
I absolutely think that makes a difference.
Did you look at our topography on that pair?
Probably back then, but I haven't looked at it in 10 months.
I'd probably assume that it was okay.
Yeah,
I don't think
it being bad when you guys were talking about last year.
I don't know if you ask some
all
of
the topography was bad throughout the entire center.
If you ask the experts, they'll tell you that the back end eye didn't strip off the lane right.
I've heard that. It's entirely possible, especially using a brand new oil that has never been used commercially, and they just decided to test it out at Open Championships. Yeah,
they're going to be using it again this year. Clearly,
great guinea pig.
Probably, but that was one of my gripes last year. I mean,
here we go.
It doesn't affect me really, but should you test out an oil at the Open Championships?
Why are they testing it? They're not testing it. It's in production now, so it was obviously fine.
Yeah, but it wasn't commercially available. What do you think, Jay?
It's quite a large scale test of it for sure. I don't know. I mean, I'm not good enough to know how much of a difference oil makes. I know what the differences are supposed to be, you know, with the viscosity and all that. But I suck either way, so I wasn't too worried about what oil it was.
I'm excited for them to use it this year in Reno because I think that I fared well with that oil, except for the team event, which the team event I think was a mixture of the pattern. So we'll have to see what happens this year because obviously doubles and singles I bowled pretty well.
You know what I think you should do this year? After watching you
Oh boy.
absolutely chuck it at Bud Bowl and throw a million strikes, I think that's just what you should do.
I've been trying to do that recently. I don't know how I did it.
Good.
More grip pressure, baby.
Out there, I think you just had the fire and you were just ready to
I think you got angry. You just went like this.
I've been doing that.
No, I know. But that's
you tried
that's
to
what
grip it
works
and
for
rip it
everybody.
as much as you could.
That's all everybody
And it
ever
looked
does
good.
anyways.
Sometimes you would get up there and throw it. I was like, oh, this is not going to be. Whoa! And it would just pick up and go. And I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah,
It's pretty wild.
I still got it in the tank. I just, I don't want to just embarrass everybody. So I just try not to eat it.
You're getting old. You're a father now. It's just
I mean, I've been trying to do it a little bit more recently. I mean, I think I just kind of grab it a little bit harder and just let it fly off the hand and just kind of strap it. But also, I feel like I was like really hitting it hard that day.
Yes.
yeah.
I can't even describe.
My rev rate go up?
Heck if I know. Couldn't see anything spinning.
Yeah.
How could you?
Yeah.
How could you
were
when you spin it that
firing
fast?
dude. Holy cow.
Yeah, apparently I was throwing it hard. The speed gun was like 17 down lane. And that's not my normal speed, especially with the urethane ball.
Didn't need the gun to see how fast it was. It was an impressive feat. Kind of like Kyle with his totes last year.
Did I throw it faster?
You had to have.
I was just trying to throw it more spin.
So what is
2 for 1.
what is the answer here? Or what is the cause? Is it the lane surface? Like everywhere has a million-year-old lane surface now. I was just talking about this with your dad today.
Let me tell you.
I was just talking about this with your dad, and I said 10 years ago or 20 years ago even, everybody started switching to synthetics. Like it was prevalent in the 90s, but in our area at least, everybody was still wood until about 15, 20 years ago. And then it all just started changing. So now all of the lane panels are 20, 30 years old. And
Can I let go yet?
Still one with wood, baby.
no, you need to hold on. And then so there's just tons of friction. Is this just a battle between high friction bowling balls and high friction lane surfaces that are creating more controllable rolls for bowling balls? Like what is causing these crazy high scores? Anybody have the answer? You can let go now.
Are we still at the nationals level or
All of it, whatever, everywhere.
okay.
I'm literally talking about local
No.
tournaments that have high score. Like for example, we've had a couple of patterns, and talking about Players Tour now. We've had a couple of patterns where they've been 3-1 and 4-1, and our players are pretty good, obviously. But those patterns, those 3-1s and 4-1s, have played very high scoring.
They're 3-1 and
And-
4-1. What do you expect?
I know, but that's still considered a sport shot.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Hang on,
Sorry.
hold on tight.
Jesus.
So what I'm saying
So
is,
tense.
are we just battling lane surface now to create lower scores or higher scores or whatever? Because it seems like if we get to 3-1 or higher, no matter what, the scores are high or the lanes are super wet dry. Like what is causing these super high scores? Go ahead with your statement.
That's a good
It's
question.
an opinion, I would think.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you look at the goal of the Players Tour's pattern, which you should know because you are a board member,
Mm-hmm.
the goal was to have a better taper throughout the lane.
Mhm.
So that way we didn't have to see a lot of urethane. And that way we didn't have to use the biggest, strongest balls on the market and sand them down to 500, which
Mhm.
for every event, you really don't need a lot of surface. If you want to throw urethane, it is in play for the left side of the lane. But because the taper is so good, the left side, I think, plays a little bit easier because there's less transition. The taper is good. You can use a lot of different balls, and the lefties can kind of play where they play and not have to move a whole heck of a lot. While the right side of the lane, because the taper is good, you can use a stronger ball without surface, but still because there's so many players in the event and the rate and the volume really isn't that high, the lane kind of gets burnt up, and then the righties have to move super far left, which then hinders them because they can't keep up with the lefties necessarily as much. I do believe that we have talked about it. I am a big guy of not putting oil down lane, having a better taper. But at the same time, in today's day and age, I do feel like, this is my opinion here, I don't necessarily like it as a bowler, but watching it, the more taper you have, the higher the scores are going to be, no matter what it is, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. If the taper is better, the best players are going to find it and they're going to bomb them. So you have to take the taper away, and I think that's what's going to have to be what they do down in the future.
Or at least shorter. maybe.
You can do it
If you
that
wanna
way.
make
If you have less taper, you're going to see more urethane too.
I didn't mean shorter lane pattern. I mean, it doesn't have to be no taper. It just needs to be somewhere gradual in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. You got to be able to control the break point. I think that's what they have to do. And right now on the Pro Tour, I think they're in a catch-22 because it seems like they're trying to curb the urethane balls and curb the urethane usage.
Curb, not curve, right?
I said curb.
Yeah,
curb,
okay.
yeah, to slow it down the usage, so you see more other balls on the market and whatever. But it all goes back to all those players with that rev rate don't need these bowling balls to be overly aggressive with these weight blocks. You know, they're going into, let's just say a concept, for example. A lot of guys are liking that ball. Why? Because it rolls
Love it.
kind of like urethane.
A lot of like urethane.
It's smooth, but it's not like it's a shaping urethane. That's what guys want. They don't want to have to use the big balls, and they can use a little bit of surface on it if they want, or they can move left with it. I feel like that's kind of what you're looking for, but I think down the road, it is what it is. You're going to have to adjust the taper of the pattern to not cater to other people, but to make it a little bit harder. And somehow take the urethane out of play. I don't know how you would do that when you do that.
If you want a more shot making type situation where the players are required to make really good shots and even decisions as the lanes break down,
that's gone.
You need to change something.
Well, that's gone completely from the game.
Well, that's what I'm saying is right now it's just you
can't fix that without you can say whatever you want. I do not believe that you can fix that problem
with just oil.
With just oil.
You think that the bowling balls need to be corrected?
Yeah.
Are you saying that the PBA needs to say we're only allowing these bowling balls, which the manufacturers would
I'm
hate,
not saying they're going to do
or you're
anything.
saying like the rules need to state
I'm saying that the balls are too strong now, so oil is almost irrelevant, especially with the lane surface. So because the bowling balls are so strong, the lane surface is getting older. If you actually want to try and curb the scores, not curve, you have to make the patterns harder.
Are we scoring on a curve?
Curve is an oil.
Well, it's also a grading system.
I think that if you make them harder, the guys are going to throw more urethane. But if you make them like where they have a taper like this, they don't need urethane. But
it's a catch-22, like you said. It's like you make them harder with a shorter reverse
taper.
buffer drop.
Let's just say a shorter taper, a worse taper where there's more of a cliff.
Then
you have to throw urethane.
Start using urethane.
Yes.
And then if you create the taper,
or you give them something like they have now, or something where they have now, where they're forcing you into a different part of the lane.
They just smash plastic. Or use weak stuff,
or they're playing. Yeah, I mean, I think
Interesting point.
I don't. There really is no fix. I think
basically what you're saying is the USBC has let the bowling balls get completely out of control.
Well, the PBA has their own rules too.
I know they do, but the USBC, it's a combination of both rules. Yes, you're right. The PBA could say bowling balls need to have this durometer reading across the board. Bowling balls need to have a limit of this type of cover stock or whatever you want to call it. Or whatever their rules need to be, less RG or
listen, I'm not super techie like that. I'm just saying if you look, the PBA did try to slow the urethane ball down with the 70.
But that's what I'm saying is if whoever comes up with the rules and whoever comes up with the least rule or the most strict rules, that's who the ball manufacturer is going to follow, unless, and this is getting a little out of topic here, but unless the USBC says, or the PBA even says, here's our rules to bowl on the PBA, and then the USBC says, here's our rules to bowl. Like there's two divisions almost, which I'm not saying this is okay. I'm just saying this, you could see this. Like here's the top end player rules where like if you want this tournament to be sanctioned as a scratch tournament or a top tier tournament or something, or the PBA or the Masters or US Open or what have you, here's the bowling balls that fit under those rules, and whatever those rules are, lower RGs or harder cover stocks or less aggressive cover stocks, whatever. And then here's your recreation rules where you're allowed to use basically whatever you want. And it does whatever to the lanes. But again, that furthers the divide again between PBA or high level bowling and your league guys. I'm not saying that's the right way to go. I'm just saying I could see how, like, if you want to achieve what you want or what you're looking for, that could be a way to do it, I suppose.
I mean, recreationally, when was the last time they even monitored like what you actually put out in the lanes? Like when you had to send in strips to get
They
honor scores
don't.
verified.
I think
When
that's
was the last
irrelevant.
time though?
Well, it's not irrelevant.
I
It
feel
is
like
irrelevant.
recreationally.
It's not.
Oh.
If the USBC required a bowling alley for a sanctioned league to have X amount of oil across the whole lane like they used to, it would create some out of bounds. I'm not saying it's out of bounds, but like if they needed 1 or 2 loads of 2-2 across the whole lane, which no one does anymore for a recreation shot, I do think it would make it harder, quote unquote, harder for some guys, right? And I think, like what you said, taping. I don't even know if they tape.
Actually, no, Ari would always talk about having
No, they don't have to tape anymore
No, it's
because
just like
there's no oil
I
rule
was like, how
anymore.
long has it been? Like, I feel like they're not going to really try to
The
have
oil
any
rule, it's been
regulations.
10 years, maybe.
Hmm.
I can't remember. The fact that they took away the oil rule. There used to be a rule that you had to have so many units
Yeah.
of oil across the whole lane. And they would come in and tape your house shot every year. And then also do like your pin decks and your flat gutters and all that stuff to certify you. Now they have the topography machine, but they don't check a house shot because they don't have a rule about oil anymore.
I think it's irrelevant for recreational patterns. Sorry, Kyle.
Explain.
Because it's irrelevant.
Because
It's league bowling. Everybody should just have a good time.
here we go.
Well, I'm just saying that
I'm not
we go
saying
into
that
this.
people shouldn't have a good time, but if I believe the USBC should say, if you want to have a sanction, if you want to sanction with us, here are the rules to say. Otherwise, it's a free for all.
No, I think I have a good question here, Kyle, because I don't know, and I think we'd have to actually look it up.
Mm-hmm.
When you play in a golf league,
Mm-hmm.
who classifies where you play from tee-wise?
The league, the golf course. I don't know.
So
Because
for our
there
league,
are no, speaking with the pros that are closest golf course to here, there's no such thing as like a sanctioned league for golf.
but you still get handicap based off of that.
True.
So you could be playing the super duper senior tees with your league and just mess around and have unbelievable scores because half of the yardage is out, let's just say.
But your handicap should adjust for that, should it not?
I believe it does. I mean, it has all the slope ratings and all that based on your tees and stuff. Well, I don't know about the
So
tees,
if
but
you
courses,
play from
but-
there and you play that and you play unbelievable, but then you go back, it's going to adjust you.
It should adjust your handicap to be higher.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does matter. Like if
I
you do
don't
the
know.
apps, like what tee you choose.
I don't know. You think, well, if you're taking all the yardage out, then
Yeah, but there's a slope rating for each tee, correct?
yeah, there
On
is.
the-
I've
right.
already done this for the league with some of the scorecard
Right.
stuff.
So if I decided to play on the junior tees, which shouldn't be allowed anyway, like it should be in your league rules, I guess, then my handicap would be based on that slope rating. So if I move back to the men's tees, then my handicap should automatically adjust to
Interesting.
that slope rating
Yeah, I don't think that would work that well.
for bowling.
I don't think it would work that well in golf because you're playing the junior tees. You don't have to hit a driver. If you got to use a driver from the men's tees, you can't hit a driver. You're screwed.
Yeah, but your handicap would increase. Exactly. That's why your
But
handicap would increase.
But it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be correct.
Yeah, you might be worse, and your handicap might not cover it.
Exactly my point.
But that's okay in my opinion.
It's the same way. It's the same way on the league. In the league here.
What's up, Goat Juice? He says, when are they going to limit the number of bowling balls for these pro tournaments?
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Well,
agree
they
with
do
that.
that. They do that in the USBC tournaments. Well, at least the US Open. I don't
I'm
think
okay with that.
not with the Masters, but
Yeah, that's okay.
with the US Open, they have a 6 or 8, 10. I can't
10.
remember. 10 ball
Yeah,
limit.
because it's for like 4 patterns.
But then once you get to the cashers round, the cut, then you can readjust your choices.
I'd be okay with that.
Limiting choice is nice.
But I don't think that really necessarily makes a difference.
You don't think so?
In the latest
Probably
house video,
not.
they're talking about how many they're doing a bowling ball tally of how many they've drilled. And before this tournament, I think Packy was at 31.
At what, $30 a pop? Not
Yeah.
that bad.
No.
$600? Nope, $900. What's that math?
3 times 3 is
bet.
9, Kyle. So 900.
Thank you, $900.
I don't think
A
that
few.
would necessarily curb anything.
You don't think if the PBA said you have a 10 ball limit and you can't drill until the cut, that wouldn't change things?
Probably not.
I'd have to disagree.
Really?
What is your solution since the tapering comes with the catch-22 of urethane versus having bumpers.
My full answer would be that the whole system needs to be thrown out and redone. Whereas
I couldn't agree more.
Whereas the lanes are the lane. Well, the problem is that you have a $50,000-$60,000 lane machine, and I think that the environment that is bowled on the Pro Tour compared, obviously everybody compares it to the olden days, is these machines are obviously way more high tech. They're more consistent, and you're able to get a pristine condition every time you go out there. Now, people might disagree because my league shot and all that, but it's just the truth. You didn't oil and clean the lanes this nearly the same amount as we do today.
Right.
So a lot of the times your condition is a lot more pristine, especially when these guys come in and they probably strip the lanes, I'd assume, before they do anything. They strip the lanes.
They gotta like totally strip the house.
They strip the house and then they go back through. Plus, the other thing that is an issue, like Kyle has pointed out, is the lane panels kind of have that built-in friction. If I'm correct, which somebody can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, is I'm pretty sure you had to cut your lanes, not resurface your lane, cut your lanes when you had wood before you had a pro tournament, which took out all the memory of the lanes before a PBA event. So when you got there, they were as slick as they could be and as true as they could be.
I had never heard of, but how that's a crazy amount of work. Like you only cut the lanes every 2 years, I believe.
When you say cut, you're saying like take the whole top layer off of it?
Yeah, you cut
not
the finish
just the top
off.
layer. You cut the finish and you take like, let's just say an inch off the actual wood itself.
Like a millimeter, but yes.
No. I just said an inch because it makes it easier.
But we're going to get a comment that's like, you can't take an inch off of a 4-inch lane. But yes, you cut the finish off.
You literally cut it off.
And then
it takes all the wear and tear out.
Like a millimeter.
And you literally level it off.
Right.
I've done it.
Whereas screening is what you do in the off years. I want to say your dad would tell me every other year you would cut. Every year
we screened
you
a
would
lot.
screen, which means you sand the finish,
take the finish off, but you don't take a lot off the actual wood,
and then you
refinish, which makes the ball go longer too. But before a PBA event, if I understood my father correctly, the lanes must be cut before the people get there.
That can't be right.
Okay,
they couldn't be it would have to be that year maybe, but they wouldn't have. There's no way they would cut the lanes in the middle of the season.
Okay,
right before an event. I'm not saying he's not telling the truth. What I'm saying
maybe
is
they had to cut them that year. Sure, but still, your lineage is zero or minimal compared to what it is now.
Yeah,
you walk in the building,
and in any wood center, unless they don't take care of them, any wood center is like that, where every year you're kind of getting a quote unquote fresh surface. Whereas now,
not anymore, but still, yes, more or less.
Well,
yes.
That's what I'm saying is like if you have an actual
and
wood
back
house,
in the day when they didn't have the bowling balls that they have now, it was probably a different ball game.
Right,
that's true.
But now,
plus the hand
you can quote unquote resurface these panels, which I don't believe actually works. No, I mean, you might see a little bit of a change.
You can surface them, and it takes the aluminum oxide out because the aluminum oxide rises through the panels, and you want to take the aluminum oxide out because that creates friction. But you want to keep the picture there, so it's a little bit more of a finer sand.
Yeah.
But the aluminum oxide is eventually what.
But then there's no
down.
resurface. There's just sanding it, trying to get it to get back to original.
Once you do that,
but it's
every
not
2 years.
Yeah, but it still doesn't even work.
Yeah, but once you do that, like you've already worn off like some of the. There is like I believe like a little bit of a finish on the synthetic lane, so you actually like pull that off, and then they start to hook more. So then you have to redo it every 2 years.
Yeah.
Then you have to do it, or else the lanes hook even further. That's just what
gets worse.
That's
what
I've been told by some of those people.
But that's the whole point is like these lane surface, and then so what? Every 20 years, every 30. Well, some places probably have their synthetics for a lot longer than that, but you got to redo $50,000 or $100,000 worth of lane panels. I can't imagine that cutting lanes and resurfacing lanes was that much. It's expensive. Don't get me wrong. Sandpaper, finish, the labor, the time, that is expensive. But I don't know if it adds up to be the same, especially with inflation over 20 years, 30 years. I mean, it's got to be way more expensive to do the plastic. But that's the name of the game now. Like wood lanes are basically gone.
Plus, you had hand oil.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's completely different from the pristine stuff they get now.
Right.
You get that. You know what I mean?
I think ultimately the bowling balls are.
Another thing too is that each lane machine is not the same.
Yeah.
They don't oil the
even
same.
even the same lane machine, like Atlas to Atlas.
Yeah, Atlas to Atlas is not the
might
same.
be a little different, right?
You could have Atlas A and Atlas B, and they don't oil the same.
Right.
Because it depends on how fast the head moves. Some heads move faster than others. It just really depends. I'm sure they're really, really close, but you gotta. So when I was
It's
looking,
got to be within like
sure, of course, but
the
still you got to count it.
fraction.
But then the
of
other thing too is what's the speed on it, because now you have to calibrate these machines. So if you're traveling with these machines, they need to be calibrated. And if you don't calibrate it the proper way, which I'm sure that these guys are professionals, so I'm sure they do.
it's their
But
job,
if you don't calibrate it the right way and one machine runs faster than the other, well, now you've got a difference.
Think about Open Championships. They're oiling half the house with 2 different machines.
More than that.
Is it more than 2?
Yeah, they usually got like 4 going.
Exactly. So
4 or 5.
But the difference with the Open Championships is you're bowling on your pair, so it kind of doesn't really matter. Like,
it matters.
But
you don't think it matters, Kyle?
What I'm saying is we stay on this pair the whole time.
Yeah, but if you've got a
changing pairs, I could see how that is a bigger problem.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think lane machine or topography gives a high score? So say you have a highest scoring pair in the building last year was 19 and 20, let's just say.
Sure.
And
I would say that would be
is
a
it the pair
thing. Yeah.
or is it the lane machine? They do rotate the lane machines.
Right.
But what if you find something where it's like, man, every time that lane machine
when
2
you
goes
say
to another,
rotate, it's not just where it starts and where it ends. They rotate them out of the.
out of
they'll
cycle.
put it down to Bowler's Journal, then Bowler's Journal will come up to here. I think that's kind of how it works. But they cycle out.
It's very
machines.
convoluted just for
So
oiling
my
lanes.
question
They would
is
have what 4 or 6 machines there oiling for.
What if
different
one
things.
machine scores better than the others? How is that fair? Now they preach integrity, but what if lane machine 2?
But there's no evidence of that. There's that big of a difference.
How do you know?
I'm just saying.
I feel like topography
How do you
matter
know?
more in
How do
that
you know,
case.
Kyle? How do you know? That's a serious thing. What if the buffer brush on one?
That they also
what if
hand oiled 100 years ago, and when the Open Championship
just
started,
saying.
Now
the
we're going to need oil
ABCs
machine reports with our topography report, so this is good.
You do get an oil machine report. You can
You
check
do?
the oil machine report.
Jesus Christ.
Who
this is
does?
too much.
There's an oil machine report. There used to be one on the national website. You could see how they did and their process each day. So every Monday they strip, do this, and then they change. And you know which days they change the machines out.
But
What day did they double? They
you
double
don't
strip
know.
sometimes.
Yes, you don't
And
know.
there's certain days that they
machine
do
1,
that.
Machine 2, machine 3, machine 4. You're what we
You
get
won't
is
know
just
what one
the
it is, yeah.
general
You won't know what one it is. but
program
yes.
of the
But you-
oiling system.
But you can, I believe, you can actually check the machine. I thought they had a journal that they have to keep.
I would hope so.
Of yeah.
Pretty intense tournament.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, what if machine 2 scores better than everything else, and every time you move machine 2 to do a different bay, it's like, man, we're getting a lot of scores in this middle house. Oh, then it's all in the high end. Wow. I wonder if they notice which machine scores better than others.
They got to pay attention to that. They have to know, right?
Yeah, I mean, they
What
must
if
keep
they
track of
don't?
lanes too.
Or if they don't, I always just open up a can of worms.
If they don't,
Because I want to bowl in lane machine 2.
Well, lane
Kyle put
assignments
that
are
request in
randomish.
next year.
So
They're not random at all.
I said randomish
They're not even close. We're always in the low end
mostly.
because we're the captain's
We've been
cup,
at-
so we always get the low end.
We've
out.
been at the high end on in Vegas.
In Reno, we were too.
No, Reno, we were down by the wall. That was the
Doubles
low
and
end.
singles were on the high end.
Yeah.
Team were on
Yes.
the low
Yep.
end.
Yeah.
But we also were on the same thing. They move you from low end to high end. We never get the middle. I'd like to get the middle, maybe a little bit more stability on my topography. And
Yeah,
maybe I'll
also
get
that
lane
pace of
machine
play
2
of
at the
some of
same
our
time.
bowlers.
Oh, you really want lane machine 2?
That's the highest scoring one. I know it is. I swear it is.
All speculation. So I do like your answer though. I think there needs to be a complete overhaul of the rules.
Unfortunately, you're not going to get
Equipment.
it.
I know it's
So it's worthless to talk about.
Yeah, your sanction fee will
I hate
cover
to
that.
tell you,
Thanks,
Kyle.
though.
I just it's sad, but realistically, you watch the guys throw plastic this week, and they made it work. I mean, how much more do you really? How much oil was on that pattern? 31 mils.
last week.
30 was it 30 mils on Masters pattern? Had to be 30 mils.
Oh yeah.
So if you're using plastic on 30 mils and by the way, that lane surface was installed in 2000 in that area, in the arena area where they conduct most of match play, I believe, and the TV show. If they still do most of the match play there,
No, match play is on
the regular lanes.
Yeah, the
The
main
TV
house.
show, those lanes were installed
Those
when
lanes
we
are
went
way newer.
in 2000.
the
When did we
main
go?
bay.
2022. Did we go?
Sure, something like
It
that.
When we
was
went,
3
that's
for
when they
Reno.
were installed. They
20.
installed 24 new synthetic panels. So how is that for?
Yeah,
for
23 was Reno.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So how is that for everything? You bowl on the old.
That's crazy.
You bowl on the old panels, and then all of a sudden you go into the other place. You're like, well, I got to bowl on the new panels now.
Surprise.
But the
nice
the
place.
history of the PBA doing that is not recent because they have done finals in arenas and stadiums and stuff where you bowled your entire tournament in a bowling alley and then moved the finals. So they've done that a lot. I'm not saying it's the right thing, but I mean, you got an arena setting. It's perfect for the TV show.
Yeah, it is cool. You know, it's a dance floor with the cage and then the bar over in the corner and then the
Nice.
It used to be an actual arena, and then they changed it to
As seen in Kingpin.
Listen, Kai, I think there just needs, maybe, I don't know,
Just
maybe
Reno?
the covers are too strong.
no, the scene from Kingpin is Reno before they changed the arena seating.
That's what I'm saying.
But the Masters at
Masters, sorry.
Detroit.
I was still in Reno.
Yeah, the low end used to be just literally arena. It was built as an arena bowling center, or like 2 lanes or 4 lanes or something.
Yeah.
With a bowl,
Thing.
and then they took all of that out, and it's a nightclub. So they can still turn it into an arena, but it did lose its arena setting.
Oh, that was an actual arena?
They built, if you looked at so they have pictures or drawings or something of the original build of the low end of Thunderbolt, and it was a real arena. They took all of that seating out to make it what it is now, which is a nightclub.
Nice.
With bowling lanes. Yeah. Real quick before we head out of here, I did want to discuss, because I haven't been able to say it yet. I know you guys chatted about it a little bit last week, but have you guys been watching the Born to Bowl?
No.
Nope. Waiting for it all to come out.
No, I want to be surprised.
All right. I'm not going to give any, what do they call them? Spoilers, but I do have to say, excellent documentary.
Really, people are mocking it.
They probably are, but
I'd like to complain.
You're right. And I'm the one that always,
Complain.
as you would say, would have
Negative
something
Nancy?
to say about it. But I think it's
Debbie
excellent.
Downer.
It's very well done. I think what some of the complaints from the bowlers are mostly they talk down about bowling or whatever, and it's like, well, they're not wrong.
At the end of the day, it's still bowling. you know,
And like they're like, oh, they swear a lot, and I'm like, do you want a documentary or do you want a fluff piece that?
Do you think
to be
golfers
fair,
lie?
go
Do you
to
think
any league night and tell me there's not swearing.
Right,
Jesus.
or drinking beer or
People drink.
whatever else?
They
Like,
don't drink beer on the show?
no, I'm just saying, like,
Just
No,
be-
Kyle,
bowling
they
in general.
talked because they did talk about how Guppy and I mean Guppy said it himself, but they talked about how Guppy and Weber back in the day would just party in the bar of the bowling alley after
I don't
they
believe
were done.
that.
And as a matter of fact, Guppy was doing things way worse, he said, than just drinking.
Good for him.
But
Glad he's telling people.
so what? You can be honest. I mean, look at Joe Namath had a drinking problem. He was open about it.
Who?
Joe Namath.
Never heard of her.
Jets, right?
Such a jerk. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe the most famous Jets player of all time.
There's not many of them, so it can't be that hard.
Mark Sanchez is pretty popular.
Yeah, butt fumble. But anyway, what's wrong with the truth, right? Like for example,
hurts.
they were talking about the U.S. Open, about how it's $100,000 prize, and the narrator was talking about how great that is, and then like a week later, he's like, "Well, this one is not so $100,000."
A little less glamorous.
Yeah. And they do talk a little bit about like education on lane patterns and things like that, and I don't know. It's very well done. We get to see how these guys interact, and it's very candid. It's very real. And like a documentary should be real. It should be what the experience is out on the lanes. And to complain about that, I think is kind of silly because it's what's out there.
No,
You
I
want
feel
them to
like
lie?
it's like everything. You're gonna have
Yes.
personalities you do and don't like. I don't get what the issue is with seeing what
I
I
gotta
like.
tell you, without giving anything away, I was never a Simo fan.
Sam was cool.
Yeah, no,
I have become a huge Simo fan. I mean, it's like not huge, but like
you can appreciate him more.
I can appreciate him way more than Belmo.
You realize
Um,
that he's been doing it since he's been like 15.
Yeah, I
With
Simo
yeah,
doing what since 15?
he's bold.
He
Bold for
bowled
himself.
professionally, like at 16 or something.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
because he had some trouble, I think, with his home life. They did a whole thing on it.
Yeah, he dropped out of school.
He dropped
at
out of
15.
school
Oh,
and
damn.
took care of all the bills by bowling.
Good
Mhm.
for him.
Yeah, and he was beating everybody at 15.
I don't doubt that. He's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Not just beating, annihilating.
Be-
people.
Belmo has definitely come off as not
Really?
a great dude
Why
to
not?
be around.
Why not?
It's just kind of one of those fun. I'm not
Is
going
he
to give
miserable?
spoilers away. I want people to watch
Does
it.
it involve integrity? Big issue on the
Actually, he
tour.
does try to play a lot of head games, and it was
With people?
with bowlers. Yeah.
Great song.
They were taught that the guys that they were following, which is Kevin Williams and Cam and Kyle.
Cam's back on it?
and he is back in.
Documentary.
That's right. We should.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
you
saw
guys mentioned
Kevin
that
just
last
He's on
through,
the bowling
actually.
documentary now?
No,
he's
he's been
one
on
of
it.
the main characters.
He's one of
I
the
thought they kicked him out of it.
that was the
No.
PBA tour for like a week.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
I got
suspended from the
confused.
tour.
From the
He's
tier.
back on it though. I think he's doing good this week actually.
And then who was bowling? Oh, Cam was bowling, but like and Belmont was playing a lot of head games, and I think Kevin or somebody after Belmont stepped away, he was like, yeah, he does this all the time. So just get it out of your mind.
I feel like it's
What
like
did he say? Did he say anything like, "Hey, you look like the left was hard"?
No, it wasn't that. He's like, I got to go get a bowling ball.
Oh,
And then he
yeah.
actually got spoken to by the tournament director because he wasn't bowling when he was up.
I feel like bowling's one of the things where you really can't play defense. The only way you can be is by being a dickhead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
props
it
to him, I
seems
guess.
like Belmo's that guy, which I'm not surprised about.
Must be an Australian thing. They're a little crazy down under.
But like I said, the documentary I think is fantastic.
I'm looking forward to watching it.
You see a lot of guys. They feature a lot of guys. Like there's the 4 main guys, but they feature a lot of people. They feature EJ. There was one scene between EJ and Simo, which was kind of interesting. They were waiting to bowl on the U.S. Open show, and
Did you guys spill something?
I don't know. And then
What is that?
Is that plug? What is that?
It could be Cerveza.
You know what? You guys just think you can do whatever you want in here. You break my computer, now you spill beer.
You tell me I can do
Yeah.
whatever I want.
I
Here.
tried to pour it under your drill press, but
Don't worry, I ordered a new one today.
okay.
Oh.
So
I'm poor.
so they were talking about how like Simo's got back pain or something, and then EJ or the documentary guy was like, so EJ, what do you think about Simo's back pain? He was like, I don't care. And EJ was like, and he'll say the same thing about me. If I have a problem, he doesn't care either because we're here to win.
EJ's a real one.
But it's very good. It actually is like, emotionally
The tug on your strings.
it emotionally pulls you in.
Oh,
I like tugging
It's
strings.
very well filmed and very well written.
Ben Stiller did good.
Ben Stiller is. He's pretty good.
It's
pretty
really, really, really good. That's what I have to say about that.
If you like it, then people should watch it.
That's
because
right.
Your opinion is the only one that matters.
I
It's the
feel like-
best opinion.
I feel like EJ's the peak epitome that bowling balls are the issue. Mr. Throwing venom shocks and supers on like everything or thrills. I think it is the bowling
I'm
balls.
not saying it's an
He's
issue.
an anomaly.
I'm
though.
just
No, I know, but I
saying
mean,
that it's
You
know,
have
it
stronger
could make a
bowling balls,
difference.
the guys throwing more hand. And...
Well, you could also say the fields aren't big enough.
well,
Oh, jeez.
So there's another
no kidding.
thing.
Yeah,
You know what I
40 guys, 60 guys, whatever it is.
I'm just saying
Well-
that's my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that people will bash me. That's okay.
Shrink the game, baby.
My shoulders
That's how you grow it. Shrink the game.
my shoulders are
Get to
big.
grow it.
I'll be okay. I can carry the burden. I just think that, I don't mean the bowling balls are bad. I'm just saying that
They only get stronger.
they're just so strong. How do you come? The lane is only so long, so wide.
Yep.
How much more?
And that's the difference
you
between
fix?
bowling. I mean, I know we always bring up bowling or
Yeah, but-
golf. I know, but
Anthony
you
first
can
week
make
there tonight.
you can make courses longer. You can make courses narrower
That's what
or
they do.
wider or whatever.
Hazards.
And so as people get bigger and stronger, and as the PGA players get bigger and stronger, they're hitting it. I mean, look at Bryson. He's driving a lot of these freaking par 4 greens.
Some of them.
You're right. He can't be accurate every time, but he's excellent. They're all excellent. They're all really good. I mean, a 300-yard drive was average probably 20 years ago. Now it's got to be 315 or 320.
I'm gonna look at that.
I don't think
think
Look
they're-
that
yeah.
up. Look it up.
That long ago, probably maybe 280, 285. I don't know.
You think it's that low?
Like 20 years ago?
Oh, yeah. 20 years ago.
Yeah, probably like 280, 280. I don't think
Right.
they were hitting 300 that much.
You don't think so? It's got to
don't
be
know.
up over 300 now for the average
Oh,
drive, right?
yeah. It's got. Well, they care more about. They don't care if they're in the rough now. You just got to get it far.
It does help.
Because they did say, like,
300.
300 is the average now.
what was it 20 years ago? I think
The
they say.
top
I
hitters hit 320.
think they say now like
Crazy.
fairways and reg have gone down. They're less accurate just because they just need a slam on it.
And then
They won't get
if you're not
regulation,
in
it doesn't
draft,
matter.
it's up to your knees. It's still a decent shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Must be
anyway,
nice.
but you're 100% right. Lanes cannot get any wider or narrower. And
The average in 2010 was 287.
Damn, I'm good.
you are a savant.
Yeah,
You might
well,
be an idiot savant, but you are a
absolutely.
savant.
all idiot, no savant.
All right, guys. Well, it is time for us to go bowling. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. Email us at downlanepod@gmail.com. And if you can't watch live, you can always download and listen via your favorite podcast service. Jake, thanks so much for sitting in with us tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Excellent show. 2 weeks
Always
in a row.
pleasure. Yeah, you win the tournament finally, and people want to talk to you. It's
You're a
fine,
good sub.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh, before we go, I was asked to bring this up tonight. We need like 5 or 6 bowlers.
You're asked by yourself.
What?
I
No,
talked to myself this
no.
morning.
Somebody told me to say it.
Wasn't us.
Who's
Gochu? Jake is just a friend of ours. Here's Jake. I'll put him on here. I shouldn't say just a friend of ours, but
It's weird
he is
'cause
a
you're-
friend of
Yeah,
ours.
I wouldn't say we're friends, Kyle,
He
but that's
helps,
nice, I guess.
in Anthony's pro shop. This is Jake. Say hi, Jake.
Oh, hi, Jake. Hi, Gochu. It's nice
Your
to
head looks
meet you.
abnormally normal.
Yeah.
Normally large.
Normal.
Oh, normal.
Normally large? I don't know if I have that.
So yeah, we are heading to nationals June 1st and 2nd. We need 5 or 6 bowlers. So if you're interested, if you live in Reno, if you don't live in Reno, if you want to travel to Reno,
You want to meet Kyle?
yeah, that's not important.
Meet me.
But we do have basically a whole team open. So if
Grab some buddies.
if you
Grab some
want to
buddies.
bowl with us in Reno, we have a few spots open. Email us at downlanepod@gmail.com or message us on Facebook, whatever. Get a hold of us, and we will happily get you onto the roster. Just got to pay up. Put up or shut up. That being said, thank you, Jake. Thank you, Jack Scaccia,
Hey.
proprietor of Town and Country Lanes, for letting us be here every week. Anthony, good show tonight.
Thanks for coming in.
Sorry I was late. Not really, but
You're not.
Thank you to my family, Stephanie, Zach, and Ethan.
Jam Brad Baby G.
We will see you guys next week, right? Do you have anything going on next week?
I might be here.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. This is Down Lane Podcast.
Did you hit the button?
I didn't.
Oh.